Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I say back because it's been what feels like forever since I've uploaded a video here, and that is because we moved. We made a huge move. We moved from Portland, Oregon down to Austin, Texas, and it was crazy. But for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Callie. This is my channel, This Corbett Life, and because of that move, there are a couple areas in the kitchen that I really need to tackle. One of them being the refrigerator and the other one being our spice cabinet. Since we moved in, everything's just kind of been shoved into both, and nobody really knows where anything goes. So those are the two areas that I really want to hit today in this video. I'm building this channel on content based around cleaning, organization, minimalism, and decluttering. Everything basically that it encompasses just kind of simplifying your life and your home to get back to the root of the home, which is the family that lives in it. So if you like that content, I would absolutely love it if you'd subscribe and join the family. And don't forget, if you like this video here today, just hit that like button. But first things first, let's get cleaning. One more night. So right out of the gate, it just looks cluttered. There's just a lot of art projects and tons of stuff on the fridge itself, so that needs to go. But then you open it up and it's just a disaster in here. It's so crammed. We end up wasting food this way. It has to be cleaned out and it needs to have some organizational structure. And then our spice cabinet, we keep it to the left of our cooking range, and I like having them here because we cook a lot and they're right where I need them at my cooking space and my prep space. So starting off, I'm just clearing off all the clutter that's on the fridge itself and just tucking it here in my Sunday basket. I'll leave a link down below so that you can get more detail about the Sunday basket and the concept, but basically it's just any ideas or paperwork that come into the house throughout the week. You just put it all in one designated area, and then you have a set time in that week that you go through this basket and you handle everything at that point. So you're not getting distracted throughout the week, having to stop what you're doing and handle the mail or whatever comes in at that time. So long, feels like it's haunting me. Clearly, I'm trying to come up with a game plan here. I feel like I'm just holding on to yesterday. But if I wait till the summer... Anytime I start a decluttering project or a cleaning out project, I feel like it's just best to just clear everything out. That way you can clean the space. You're not cleaning around things. You're actually getting to the cracks and crevices and clearing all those out, and you have a fresh, clean space to actually really assess what needs to be done, what needs to be thrown away because it's expired, all of that stuff. So best to just clear it out and then go through it. You think you know me. It's times like these that I really wish we had a big, just like one big basin sink. I am not a fan of the double sink. Never have been. I even just don't like washing dishes in a double sink. I don't know. What do y'all think? Are you fans of the double sink? Do you utilize it well? Because I don't, and I just think it gets in the way. But we're in a rental right now. There's no way that we're switching it. Especially at big projects like this, water's just about to get everywhere. Not a fan. So I'm just going to take my Thieves all-purpose cleaner and just do a good wipe down of the door itself before I put the shelves for the condiments back in. Yeah. Falling in love, well, maybe. And I'm actually using one of those silicone sponges on the door itself here. I like using this especially when it comes to food because you can sanitize it in the dishwasher itself. So I just really like to know that all of the germs get out of there and I'm cleaning with something that's actually clean. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name bottle of Ningxia Red here to kind of guide me to see how I needed to space out the shelves themselves. Now I mentioned that I like to clear everything out, but there was so much stuff in this fridge that I decided to do it in sections. So you'll see here in the video that I did the door first, and then I do shelf by shelf basically. So I'll clear out some from the main fridge here in a minute. So I decided to break it up into sections just because it was so cluttered in here.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing.
I mean, there really is just no rhyme or reason to how the fridge was looking right now. There's all kinds of just like random stuff up here. There was like an open tomato paste can. There was a chocolate milk that was not open, just in there randomly by itself. It's all nuts. Like nobody knows where things go back, so they just kind of shove it in there and then it just goes to the land of lost things in the fridge to expire.
Maybe you're not different.
Now I'm just going to take out these top shelves and with the drawer and clean those out in the sink as well.
You're undenying, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble and everlasting ego. I guess it never hit you. Our conversation takes two, paying it some interest from time to time. Inside all that greatness and all of your adventures, you're all alone. Hold up, baby, I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different.
Now I'm just repeating the process with the next shelf. And then when I got everything out, I realized I had way too much stuff on the counter. So I just cleaned this one and then I'll start putting the top and the middle shelves back together.
Stepping on toes with his humble and everlasting.
So one good tip that I always forget myself, and I'm always kicking myself when I go back to put them in, is to mark the little rungs that they click into when you take them out. So take a piece of like painter's tape and put it right where they connect into so that you're not having to constantly like readjust the shelves and the drawers when you go to put them back in like I'm doing here.
Your feelings not that long ago, and every bit of you couldn't face the truth that maybe you're just...
And I do love this organizer we have here. It's for all the kids' snacks and it works perfectly in this space under the drawer. I also picked up a clear Lazy Susan from Home Goods the other day, so I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the top shelf. Don't know how I'm going to use it, but I'm glad I have it.
Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble and everlasting ego. Oh, here he goes, here he goes.
And we do utilize this drawer for all of our cheeses and any kind of like sliced deli meat or sliced cheeses, any kind of sandwich making stuff.
Here he goes, here he goes with his humble.
Okay, so I have to tell y'all about one of my favorite kitchen finds probably ever. It's called the swag bag and it is a lifesaver for produce. What it is basically just like a muslin cotton bag, little sack, and there's 3 different sizes, I think. And you wet it and you put your produce in it and it keeps your produce for so long. It's not suffocating in plastic, it's breathing and it's living vegetables. So good.
right, but I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like when your body is closer to mine. You got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving it? Spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire.
Fridges can get so gross so quickly. But you know what? It's a fridge mess. We all have them. We all have to deal with them. So just clean it.
Took a bite and now I need more. I don't know how to make this right. 'Cause you're right, yeah, you're right.
And for one of my number one lifesavers is lemon essential oil. It smells so good. It cuts the grease with cleaning. And not to mention, it is like the natural Goo Gone. It'll get anything sticky off of anything. It gets crayon off of walls. And if you have little kiddos, you know they're going to sneak in while you're cleaning during a project for a snack. I honestly don't even understand how all of this was fitting into the fridge in the first place. But now I'm going to go through, make sure everything is still good, and put everything back in its place or in its new home. I would really love to make labels because I feel like that is always such a huge help if you have multiple people, multiple family members using the same space. But I'm not really sure that I'm really happy with where everything is as of yet, so I'm just going to play around. I got a couple more bins at Home Goods when I got the Lazy Susan, so I'm going to put those in. That one's mainly going to be for the swag bags that'll hold all of the produce.
We end up loving it, spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire, fire. Let's keep this fire alive, fire. Let's keep this fire alive, fire, fire. Fire, fire.
This big bin that I got for the swag bags had the most annoying sticker on the front. I thought it would just come right off, and it did not. It came apart in pieces. I was getting so frustrated. I ended up just going and getting my lemon essential oil and going back to it. But I literally had to take a break because I was so annoyed with it.
Tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his soothe. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love.
So here's what you do with the swag bags. You just wet it under the water. You want to wring it out. You don't want it to be soaking wet. You want it to be damp because you don't want the produce to dry out. And if the bag does dry out, you can just wet it a little bit more or mist it.
I need your love, 'cause I'm never gonna get.
This is the smallest size of the swag bags, and I think it's perfect for little produce, fruits, and I really like to take our spinach out of the big tub and put it in here. It lasts so much longer. We go through it pretty quickly for our smoothies, but if we go through a phase where we're just not feeling smoothies in the morning, it never goes bad. I love these things.
Too deep to walk away from you.
Whenever I go to edit a video, I really notice how much of a squirrel I am when it comes to cleaning and decluttering and organizing. I'll start and I'll walk by something and I'll just oh, I gotta put that away. It's just really hilarious, and it's just a good reminder that even I need to stay focused. As much as I do it, I really need to stay focused, but I get the job done. It just takes me a little bit longer. And if y'all aren't storing your herbs in the fridge like this, you should try it. It is the best way I've found so far. Just a glass of water and just cut them like it's a flower arrangement. They last so much longer in the fridge this way.
But I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his soothe. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I never gonna get enough. You can end it, say it's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. 'Cause I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love.
This is another little kitchen gadget that I absolutely love. It's a compost bin that you keep in the freezer, and it attaches here to the drawer so you can just put in all your scraps after you're done prepping. And we are finally done with the fridge for the day. It looks 1,000 times better. I'm so much happier with it. I can see where everything is, and I know that things won't go bad. And I actually got rid of a lot of kind of like condiment things, which I hate, but they were all expired. So here up top, I just have kind of already prepped ingredients that are used in cooking, and then also the herbs up here and their water glasses. We also have beverages up here, and then down here are berries, prepped veggies, kids snacks, breads, and then down here it's going to be all of the produce just here in the drawer. This is kind of like our meat drawer. I like to keep it in a tray just in case as it thaws out. Citrus and fruit down here. We usually keep grapes down there, and then more produce down here in the drawer. Again, we have all of our cheeses and sandwich stuff, and then over here eggs and butter, and then I use miso paste a lot, and so miso and then chopped garlic up there in the top. So much better. I'm so excited. And on to the next project, which, truth be told, it's a couple days later because it's virtually impossible for me to get 2 projects done in one day. But this is a little bit more detail of our spice cabinet here. It's working for us. We cook a lot. We use most of these, if not all of them. I just want a more beautiful aesthetic because I'm using it all the time. And I found these labels and these jars, and I'm so excited to get this set up. It looks so great. I found the labels on Etsy, and then the jars all came from Amazon, and I'll link everything down below. I also decided to kind of map it all out and just put some washi tape on the jars themselves before I started putting on the labels, because I'm going to mess up at some point. But it was all pretty good, and I wanted to make sure that they were all lined up. So it took me a little bit longer, but I figured that this was an easier way of just like kind of doing it by eye instead of like measuring out on the jar itself. And then these are the larger glasses here. I got 6 ounce, 8 ounce, and then I got some big ones for like my kosher salt and my black peppercorn. So once again, I'm just gonna kind of clear everything out that's kind of trash, and then go from there. I've had these cute little spice jars that I'm actually going to save for another project that I have, but then all these loose spices in there, I don't know how old they are, and if I really need it, I can just go buy a one-off. But we do use these single packets if for like picnics and stuff like that, so I'll keep those.
Chasing highs to stay alive, but if I'm with you, I'll survive.
So now I'm just taking out all the spices and putting them in all of the coordinating jars because everything is labeled and ready to go now.
Take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdle.
I actually really hate being wasteful, so I will save these crushed red pepper packets that you get if you order pizza and stuff, and I'll just add it to the big spice container.
Let's not get stuck in our worries. We'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. It will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. Part of this circus, is it innate?
I also found that there were a couple of dried herbs, which I prefer to use fresh, so I went ahead and decided to throw those out because I have no idea how old they are. Now I'm just kind of playing around with it, seeing what works, putting it back into the cabinet, and I'm so happy with them. They look so pretty going in.
At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon.
Now, I don't arrange mine alphabetically. I actually like to arrange them kind of in like groupings. So any kind of spices go together, like anything spicy. So paprika and cayenne and crushed red pepper, like all of that kind of goes together. And then onion powder and garlic powder will be next to each other. And then all the salts together, everything like sweet, vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, all that kind of stuff. Just like groupings instead of alphabetically. Okay, who is a fan of everything bagel seasoning? Like, I don't know how I lived without it before. I put it basically on everything. Raise your hand down in the comments below if you are obsessed with everything bagel seasoning.
When you are far away, and I know.
And here is kind of the aftermath of everything that was cleared out. A lot of these don't have lettering on them, so I can save them, wash them, and donate them. But here it is. It looks so pretty and beautiful and organized. Everything has a home and a place. I'm really, really happy with this and how it's looking so far. Guys, if you have hung with me to the end of this video, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. It gives me so much motivation to know that you're along with me on this ride, and I just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I'll have everything linked in a blog post below. You can also find it through my Instagram at @thiscorbetlife. But all the jars, the labels, everything will be linked that way. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know to make more of these. And subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you. Y'all are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Bye.